Hi, I'm Chris with Custom Creative Carvings and welcome to my shop. Well, as you can tell, not my shop. Welcome to my kitchen. That means today is not a day we're working in the shop. Today is a random review. I say random review because it's something I'm going to start. While this is a woodworking channel, I do things other than woodworking. I enjoy meat. I enjoy good smoked meat. And today we've got some brisket. So as I was prepping for this, I realized that the old kitchen knives that I've been using forever, while they work and nice quick sharpener does actually get them to where they will cut some meat, realized that this particular piece of meat deserved a little bit better. So I stopped in at the BBQ Pit Stop in Lehi, Utah, and picked up a couple of knives. Got a brisket cutting knife, the Kai Pro, and a boning fillet knife. So I'm going to give these a shot and see how they work. Picked up a nice little chunk of meat here, and we're going to start by trimming this. So I'm going to open these up and we'll give them a try, see how they compare with the older knives that I've got. All right, got a 15-pound brisket here, but before we cut into it, I'm going to throw a couple of things out there, admin notes if you will. I'm not sponsored by the BBQ Pit Stop or anybody else that I talk about. I will throw some love out to my friend down in Arkansas, Chris Pierce. He made this amazing cutting board for me. Beautiful piece of artwork. I get criticism whenever anybody sees me cutting on it, says it should be on a wall, not under a piece of meat, but it was made for me, so I'm going to cut on it. Let's start by opening this up, and I'm just doing some trimming for now. After we cut it, after we cook it, I'll cut it up, test out that big knife and see how it compares. I will throw a little bit more love out to my friends down at RecTeq Grills. I picked up a RecTeq a couple of years ago and have absolutely loved the opportunity to cook on that beast, and I'm really excited to see how this is going to turn out on that. So starting with the good old trusty kitchen knife. Well, alright, I'm happening to really muscle my way into this meat, or into this fat. I have chilled it a little bit to stiffen it up, make it a little easier to cut, but I'm still fighting a lot with that knife, so I'm going to set that off to the side and give this bad boy a try. That is so smooth. That just shaves right through that fat. That's a nice cut right there. Let me set this aside here, because I have a feeling somebody's going to want that later. We got a few pets that will cook this up for, and won't let nothing go to waste. Heard this works really great for sausage, but I'm not going to be making any sausages in the near future. Use the force, Rylan.
It's Rowan.
Oh. All right, use the force, Rowan.
Hey Dad, what you making right there?
I am making a brisket for Rylan's birthday.
Shh, don't tell him.
I think the 15 pounds of meat sitting on my cutting board is going to give it away. If that doesn't, the plethora of birthday confections
Something
behind me.
about my birthday.
Yes, happy birthday. How old are you, Rylan?
8.
8? Well, congratulations on surviving that long.
Not funny, Dad.
Why is
it
Jess
was more
laughing?
because of your sister. You survived your sister.
That's why Jess is laughing, because
Oh.
she's the biggest antagonist in your quest for survival.
Wow, that meat looks
Well,
so
other
good.
than yourself, you gonna. All right. So I am just loving how this new knife is cutting. One thing I was a little concerned about when I picked this one up is the variance in thickness. We're really thin on this side and really thick over here. So I am going to try and trim out some of this fat between, thin that up a little bit. I'm loving how smoothly this knife is cutting through this fat, getting inside here. Last one of these I tried to hollow out. It was such a nightmare getting that cut in between the two pieces of meat.
Okay, Dad, I'm back.
I'm just really enjoying how easily this is flying through this meat.
I don't see
Well,
any
through this
fly-
fat.
I don't see my back. So I'm not with that. I got one sugar and so I was and felt my good and now it is actually back on it. And this is really similar to a butter. It's not right.
Doesn't even remember that, you know?
Oh yeah. Here's sugar. My love is not here. It's in trouble.
Why don't I use those more trim?
I'll go back.
Out here.
I'll back there.
Let's get another.
Hi.
Either way. Like I said, I picked these knives up from the BBQ Pit Stop in Lehi, Utah. They are a brick and mortar store, but I believe they have a website, and so I will put a link in the description below. These are probably available online, but if you're looking to support a brick and mortar rather than just picking up off Amazon, feel free to check them out. Just the ability to cut this meat and this fat without just shredding it, it made it so much easier. Saved so much time over the last time I did this. So that's trimmed up there. Really happy with how that's looking. Might shave a little more here.
Dad, I think my Poopsie has something to say to you. I think you've forgotten to tell the viewers something. I think you've forgotten to tell the viewers something.
What did I forget to tell the viewers, Jess?
You forgot to tell them to subscribe or give a thumbs up if they like the video.
Ah, that would be very kind of you.
And I like this I think I like this video just as much as I like this Kakada dry bottle. I eat slime.
Really? You shouldn't do that. That's not healthy. That's soap, you realize, right? I do appreciate how well that knife cuts. I'm going to dress this up. I picked up some Oakridge BBQ Black Ops, came highly recommended. Some Kosmos dry rub cow cover, and some Texas beef, which is also a Kosmos dry rub. Those were recommended to me by a friend while I picked them up while I was at the Lehigh Pit Stop. So I'm going to get this dressed up. We're going to let it sit for a couple hours. I plan on putting it on the RecTeq at about midnight. We're going to put it on at 250, let it go till it hits 160 internal. Once it hits that 160 internal, we've got some butcher paper we're going to wrap it with and put it back on, throw it in a pan with a grate under it so we can catch some of those drippings. We're going to throw it back on, cook it up until it's probe tender. I'm planning about 12 hours total right now, and so we're hoping to have it done about noon, and then I'm going to put it in a cooler to rest until the birthday dinner, which will be an early dinner around 3 or 4. So it should be fine resting in the cooler for that time. But we'll be cutting this up and finishing this video up probably between 3 and 4 tomorrow afternoon with this nice and cooked and ready to go. So thanks for hanging out this far. Hang tight a little bit longer and we'll show you how this meat turns out.
Hey, Dad.
Hey guys, we're back. I just did a little bit extra trim up on this, rounded off some of the corners that I knew were going to burn anyway, and there were a couple little things that I missed, but we're ready to season this. Jess is going to help me with it, so we're going to kick it off with a little bit of olive oil, but pizza's on its way here, so we're going to try and speed things up just a little bit. Yes.
Don't you wish magic was real so that we could just snap our fingers and this meat would be yummy done and we could eat it?
I think magic is real. Watch. Welcome back. I'm here for the second part of my review on the Kai Pro knives that I just recently picked up. So I use this for trimming up the beef. I'm going to use this to cut the brisket. Now it's a good thing that I am reviewing not my brisket skills, because we'll see how it turned out, but I'm going to count it as a very much needs improvement. So don't judge me too harshly on the meat, because I realize I trashed it. It cooked a lot faster than I was expecting it to, and the alarm that was supposed to go off in the middle of the night and let me know that it was time to wrap it did not go off. So this went full temp, 203 degrees, without being wrapped. So the bark is a little bit beyond normal bark. It has been resting for a few hours now, but that needs a little bit gone. So let's get into this and see how the knife cuts on overcooked beef. As we're cutting into this overcooked meat. Well, by the feel of how the knife passes through it, it's not overcooked. By the look and feel of it, it is definitely overcooked. So bright side is even burnt meat is very easy to get a good cut on with a good knife. I'm able to get a good clean cut on it. So as far as the performance of the knife, it is doing fantastically. Definitely not moist. Surprisingly has a little bit of elasticity left. And the flavor's actually not too bad. I was ready for an acrid char, and that's not there. I'm not getting that. And Trish, you are amazingly critical of my burnt meat. Okay, I have prepared in.
Tastes fine. It's really dry.
Tastes fine, really dry. Okay. In preparation for that, I did prepare a little bit of au jus. So as I cut this up, I'm going to put this in this vat of liquid and let that soak. Where we start getting into the thicker cut, I think we're going to be okay. I did throw a second brisket in, and I've got that cooking to fill in the gaps where this one is a little bit short. All right, I just got to the point. Let's get to the point. That higher fat content really did some good things with the point. But as far as the review on this knife, I'm going to have to say it is an absolute win, because despite the fail at the grill, which I will take full responsibility for, because that grill has never done me wrong, this is knife has turned out to be a fantastic tool to deal with the fallout. If you'd like, I'm not sure I'm going to cut it or just beat up through it. Alright, so now I'm cutting into some of the burnt tops, and it's so loose that it's coming apart. It's not, the knife pulls on it more than it cuts through it.
Sorry.
So if you're looking for a knife that will cut through beef jerky that is on top of a loose cut piece of meat or a loose cooked piece of meat, this is not the knife for it. It will just pull that jerky right off the top. There's some really good beef jerky though. As far as the knife goes, I would highly recommend the Kai Pro to anyone who's looking to upgrade their current kitchen knives. If you've already got a high dollar knife, these are under 100 bucks. And so I'm not expecting $200-300 blade quality out of these, but compared to the kitchen set we've got, these are amazing. If you're looking for something to upgrade that is under $100, I would highly recommend going with the Kai Pro. They've got a really nice feeling handle. They are full tang through, or full tang handles, and they've got a really comfortable feel. When I was using the boning knife, I did use it in a lot of different angles. It is really comfortable, easy to hold on to, easy to work with. Even when I've got to cut something, put a little bit more pressure on. I didn't get that opportunity with the boning knife, but even with this, I may need a serrated knife or maybe a chainsaw to get through that, but it's not going to get through that leather. So that leather is just, that is beyond the scope of this blade. Now, if I go this way at it, I can get through it. So if you plan on burning a lot of meat, you may need something a little bit heavier than this. I'm not sure where it goes, because this is one of the sharpest knives I've ever dealt with, and it's having a hard time on that. So highly recommend the Kai Pro. So thank you very much. And like Jess said, if you enjoyed this, feel free to hit the like button. If you want to see more random reviews throughout my life, feel free to hit the subscribe button. I do a lot of woodwork. I will be doing a lot of woodworking videos, and I will throw some random reviews in there throughout. Thank you very much. Have a great one.